Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video. As you can see, I'm working on a single 6x12 pocket page here. And also obvious, these photos are from Philly. This is the Philadelphia Museum of Art. So I have finished all my photos from the prison, all my photos from the zoo. Now I'm moving on to the art museum. And looking at art in museums like this is one of my favorite things to do. I'm a total art person. And I had been here before, but I could go again tomorrow. I love it, never get tired of it. So I definitely want to showcase this section of the album because I saw some fantastic things. I also have some interesting things to include here. One of the things you can get there is this sticker that says Philadelphia Museum of Art. So I did choose to get that. So I have it. I want to work it in this pocket somehow. And it may be just that I stick it on a background and that's it, but I don't know. I also have my ticket. It's a little bit too big for this 4x6 pocket, so I'll have to cut off part of it, probably just the barcode area. But again, I need some kind of background, and maybe I'll just plonk it down there and that'll be that. I'm thinking though, because this is so much white, I'll want to embellish in some way. I just don't know how. And then I have nothing for this pocket. So I think it has to be a journaling card of some kind so that I can talk about, yes, I've been there before, but I love it. And so I was more than happy to go again. All right, to get myself started, I have pulled out my bin of stuff that is specific to Philly and now Denver. I had to add that in because I have that to do as well. So I have all of that stuff here. I'm going to look through my embellishments to see if there's anything I can use in that empty pocket, along with my sticker or my ticket. I also have some extra little chipboard things in here. I think I have some acrylic stuff in there too, if I'm not mistaken. And then I have a travel sticker book that I've had for a while that it tends to have a lot of brighter colors like these. So since I've got yellow on this layout, maybe something there will work out. I'm not sure. I have some other cards and background papers, just some general stuff that I threw in here along the way. Now, this paper won't work for what I'm doing on this particular layout, but I'm going to show it since I'm in here. These are papers from a set that I bought specifically because they looked like Impressionist paintings. At least they do to me. And so I've kept some of them in here because I did go to the Impressionist area at this museum. So I'm hoping that you'll see these later, at least one of them anyway, on a layout elsewhere. So in the cards that I had for my Philly kit, I actually found this one. And I wasn't super enthused about it at first because it's just black and white, but it does go with the vibe of this sticker as well as the large amounts of black and white on this ticket. So I think I'm going to do it, and then I can splatter some yellow on it, stamp on it, find an embellishment, something to add to that. And then I feel like, do I need red? Because I've got that in there too. I'm not sure about that. I'll start with working in some of the yellow to match this because this person I noticed also has a yellow shirt on, which helps. And I did find this little embellishment in my kit as well, or in my bin, that says places to go. And I think I'm actually going to use it right here to cover up some of these people because it's a little distracting to the rest of the photo here. And if I could cover them up a little bit, that might help. I have decided that I am going to do some splattering on this card, and I am going to use this mist right here from Glimmer Mist, and the color is Sunflower. This is an old one. I don't even know if this is made anymore, but I love the color, and I have plenty of it, so I'm still using it. I only did 2 taps on my splattering, and that's what I got, and I think it's perfect, so I don't want to do any more. I'm just going to let that dry, and then I'll move on to finding some backgrounds for the other pockets. I have cut down the ticket so that I'm only going to use the parts that I want. I didn't want to keep that barcode on there. There's really no reason to do that. So I've cut it down. And when I'm looking at this, I feel like maybe I should try to work in some of that red somehow. So I have pulled my bag of red scraps just to see if there's something a little bit more subtle that I could put behind this. You know, a little peeking out wouldn't be bad probably. I just don't want it to be too bold. I found this scrap in that bag, and obviously it doesn't fit the whole pocket, but I'm wondering if I can find something else to fill in the other side of this pocket, but I could use that. Maybe I could still use a white piece of cardstock in the background and then do like a piece of washi tape over here. I just don't want white on white totally, but maybe if washi separated it, it wouldn't be so bad. But I do like this pop of red here. It's not perfect to that, but it's close enough, I think. And then I feel like I would have to work it in elsewhere too. Like I could do some little enamel dots or gems, rhinestone things somewhere here, find another little embellishment that's red to use on the card, and somehow work in both red and yellow fairly equally. So I did piece together a card here, and I like the way that looks. And for the washi, I think I need to go black and white because I have this large amount of black here, it's here as well, and that will really show definition between the ticket and the card. So I have these 4 washis that I pulled out of my case, and I just need to decide which one I like best. Clearly, I like polka dots because 3 of these have dots. That doesn't mean I can't use this one, but it's more likely it'll be one of these. When I was looking at how much space I have between the end of the ticket and the end of the card, I felt like I needed to film more. So I decided to go with this washi because it's wider. It still has the dots, but at least it's wider and it'll take up more space here. As a side note, because that particular roll of washi, it must not be as high quality as others I have, because it was so hard to get it going and have it rip correctly, I decided to just fold down a little bit like this so that next time I don't have to go through the pain and anguish of trying to get it started again. If there's anything I hate about washi, that's it. So it irritates me when I get a roll like that. Now I'm very pleased with the way the card looks, but when I see this laid out, I don't like these kind of on top of each other here. So I think I'm actually going to switch and put this in this pocket so that the larger aspects that I have that are a solid black and they're bolder, that they will be diagonal from each other rather than on top. And already I like the look of that better. So now I have to find a background here, and I'm thinking a light yellow. Maybe white seems too much, but maybe a light yellow to offset this. I'm going to pull those scraps out and see what I have in there. For this pocket up here, I think that I've decided I have to do a similar thing to what I did here, where I have to build my own, because I'm not finding anything that I love as a solid piece of paper. So I did find this little strip, and I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but there are very subtle flowers on there, which I thought fits an art theme in a way, but it's so subtle. Looking back from here, you might not even notice it, but the color match to here is pretty good. A little bit darker than this yellow and the yellow that I use in the splattering, but that's fine. I don't mind having a couple of hues that are relatively close together. So I think I'm going to go with this, but I think I'm just going to put it on a white card here and then overlap this so the yellow peeks out, but it's not overwhelming. So here is the card once I built it, and sometimes that's just what happens. You have to build your own. Now the sticker did overhang the edges just a hair, so I did have to clip that off, but I don't mind the way that looks at all. I'm still happy with the card. So I have that. Now I think it's just embellishing. I need to pull in some more red either here or around here. Maybe I should leave that alone and do something red like right over here, overlapping this little box with diagonals. I'm not sure why that's there. I think it's just a random design element, but I could maybe overlap something there that would look a little more artistic. Originally I was thinking I would maybe do enamel dots, but when I was looking through my travel stickers, I noticed that on these sheets, there are these little red hearts and they're pretty close to the colors. I think I'm just going to take one and maybe do like this, just overlap it like so that I get a little red in there. Let's see, do I like it? And is it enough? You know what? I think it is enough. I don't think I need it here. Then it would be too much red, but just a little sprinkling is good. Now, do I want to do any splattering in black on this? It feels flat to me for some reason, but I'm not sure why. I'm going to think about that for a little bit and then I'll be back. I did decide to do some splattering, and I covered up most of the card with this piece of scratch paper because I didn't want the spots to get everywhere. I only did one tap, and this is what I ended up with, which is perfect. It's just very subtle, but yet gives it enough of a little extra something that I think it doesn't look quite so flat. So here's the whole thing. Am I really done? I think so. I don't have a ton of things added to it, but I think it's enough to get the idea across, and I like the way the yellow and the red work together. Black's always a neutral, so that's good. So I think it's done. Thanks for watching.